Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchant here with your outlook for March 21st, 2018. Today's the first full day of spring, and it sure won't feel like it once again. We're going to have temperatures that are going to be at or below freezing in many locations, and obviously moderate to heavy snow, which is with this coastal system. I actually backed this up to early on Wednesday morning just so you can see the processes of what's going on. Last night we had a system down here over South Carolina. At the same time, we had another system that was kind of over where this is right now, this system right here, and we had another primary that was sitting over eastern Kentucky. Well, this one is moving away, or did move away overnight. That was what brought us that mixed bag of sleet, freezing rain, and in some places a little bit of snow. And early this morning, what we're looking at is the primary is now weakening, very much weakening, right over western Virginia, western North Carolina. The primary that was over South Carolina has now moved up in this direction. Again, this is early this morning. Now you can see this is an elongated low. See that right here? This is not a perfect circle of a low here, but this is elongated. And what the reason it is, you can see the isobars are pointed in here because this low right here, what's left of it is actually going to absorb into the western part of this low right here. So this is going to become our new low center right where I put that X. I know you have one out here right following the convection. Your low center is actually going to become right here once I get to the next frame. So when I show you the next frame here, this is now early afternoon on Wednesday. Look where it is. It's tucked. So that's what that does when that system merges together. Instead of it'll form the low here. It's going to do one of these little loop-de-loop deals and then head out like this, and eventually up to Nova Scotia. But that's part of that physical process of capturing is to do a little loop and retrograde and then head out. But this is going to form right about here and then do that little loop thing within that 6-hour period. And so this is still part of the loop. You can't see it because this is over a 6-hour period. You're not going to be able to see the fine details there, but trust me, it's doing a little loop deal, and then it's going to head east. So during this process of the afternoon, once it's at its closest approach, just off the Delmarva here, you got a very strong deformation banding going here, cold conveyor belt around the outside of this. And actually, this actually extends all the way into the low itself. You can see this. The cold conveyor belt actually goes wrapped right back into it, just like this. So this is very heavy snow in this corridor and very high rates of snow. We're talking about a really good frontogenesis and 1 to 3 inch per hour snow rates under that heavier band. So that we're going to be watching for that today. The question now is where the best place under that is. And we do have ongoing snow that's going to be happening in the pre-dawn hours in the interior. It's going to be basically light to moderate during the day or during the morning. Then we're going to start getting a little bit heavier late morning and get heavy at times in the afternoon under that deformation band, whoever gets it, or maybe several areas get into it. And then we'll start to wind down in the evening and start to pull away, and we taper to snow showers. Kind of like right near midnight, maybe late evening, midnight, or just after midnight. So let's get over to the high-resolution rapid refresh model. This is starting off at 5 o'clock in the morning. This is what I'm talking about with this system. This is going to be starting in the pre-dawn hours. And this all in blue here, this is all snow right here. So we got snow coming in. At the same time, you're going to have a warm tongue on the southeastern side of this. So you're going to start off with a mixed bag of sleet, freezing rain southeast of 995. I think it's going to continue. And of course, rain, places like Atlantic, Cape May, right along these shore points, Cape May, down to the southern half of Delaware and into extreme southeastern Maryland will start off as rain. That will change, though, as we go through time. This is 5 o'clock in the morning. Here's 6, here's 7, here's 8. All right, so it's just like the moderate stuff, nothing really overly heavy yet. And then we're going to keep going forward from this point. Now we start getting the lows start coming up the coast a little bit, and you're getting some heavier returns showing up here where the rain is changing to snow. This is just along the thermal gradient. But you can see this is moderate snow going on here in late morning now across the interior. Now watch as we keep going here. Now we start getting to these darker blues in here, and you start getting more and more of it across New Jersey, across the Lehigh Valley, across back to the lower Susquehanna Valley. And when we're talking lower Susquehanna, I'm talking about the Harrisburg area, straight through the Lehigh Valley into northern New Jersey. I really do think that your jackpot area is going to end up somewhere in here. I know we have a little bit further south on our map. We'll have to watch this, though, because I think it's going to be north and west of Philadelphia this time. The question has always been where's the placement of that feature. That's going to be one of those things we're going to be handling in nowcasting and seeing where it develops on radar and kind of adjusting on the fly if we need to. But I think we have a good, pretty generalized idea of what's going to happen with this system. It's just a matter of where that best banding feature takes place, and that's what takes you away from the 4 to 8, 5 to 10 inch range. It gets you into the 10 to 14 range. Okay, so that can get you some really heavy rates of snow over the same areas for a prolonged period. And this is going all the way to 3 o'clock. Actually, this is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You still got these bands. You can see several bands setting up here at this point. You got one across New Jersey. You got one out here, according to the high-resolution rapid refresh. So 2 corridors of heavy snow, 1, 2. And the only problem with that is you have to watch is when you have two bands like that. We saw that with the March 7th storm. Wherever these bands set up, this is a feast opportunity. You're getting dumped on with heavy snow in between these bands here. But it's rapidly rising air under these bands on this side and this side of the band. On either side, there's 1, there's 2. We have sinking air in between those bands on either side. So somebody's going to get lowballed here on the sinking side where that happens. So we do have to watch for this. The high-resolution rapid refresh model is, in fact, showing these deformation bands that we suggested would be a problem with this coastal system. And somebody is going to make out pretty well. Maybe several areas will make out pretty well with these deformation bands. But again, in between, you're going to get sinking air for a while. And until the bands start moving or one way or the other, you're going to get some sinking air and dry air. And that leads to lighter accumulations in between. So we'll just have to watch for that today. Okay? Don't shoot the forecaster. These are very tough. You can never tell when these are where the mesoscale banding sets up. But we'll, of course, follow that and update in real time as needed. This system's going to pull away here on Thursday. And then after that, we're going to get a dry period. I think Thursday is going to be a partly cloudy day. So is Friday. Here's Friday. Probably go to mostly sunny here on Saturday. This is that weekend system we were talking about, maybe affecting us Saturday night, Sunday. Everything is now pushing us off to the south. Everything has. So it doesn't look like it's a worry. We're going to keep an eye on it just in case, but it does look like Sunday is now partly cloudy. No worries with that system as it slides well to the south. This is over Virginia, North Carolina, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal here at all. Maybe just partly cloudy instead of mostly sunny. But then that exits. We go back to mostly sunny skies both Monday and Tuesday. Well, this thing really blows up out here, doesn't it? Monday and Tuesday, we should go back to mostly sunny skies, and we're actually going to start to turn a little bit milder. We're going to be very cold this week, turn a little bit milder as we head toward the beginning of next week. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for March 21st, 2018. Have a great Wednesday and be safe today.